Hello friends, welcome to the e-invoice FAQ series. I am Ravikiran Idara, Vice President Services at GST Network. Today we will see the answers for the frequently asked questions on e-invoice schema. The very first question many people are getting is that in the e-invoicing scenario, whether the invoice details have to be entered one by one on a website or a screen and then generate an acknowledgement number? No. In e-invoicing scenario, we are primarily talking about machine-to-machine exchange of invoice data. Presently, the businesses are using some or other ERP or accounting billing software solution to prepare their invoices. Now these systems will be talking to invoice registration portal. What is schema? Schema means a structured template or a format. E-invoice schema is the standard format for electronic invoice which we are going to use in India. It is based on PEPAL BIS, Business Interoperability Specification, which is in turn based on UBL, that is Universal Business Language. E-invoice schema is since notified as INV01, and the invoice details in INV01 have to be reported to IRP in JSON format. JSON stands for JavaScript Object Notation, and this can be thought of as a common language for the systems and machines to communicate between each other and to exchange data. Why is an e-invoice standard even required? Presently, businesses are using their own ERP accounting billing software solutions to generate their invoices. This process will continue without any change. Now the schema acts as a uniform standard so that these providers will prepare the invoice in a structured format for reporting to IRP, that is Invoice Registration Portal. The schema ensures that the e-invoice is machine readable and interoperable. That is, the invoice format can be readily understood and processed by different systems used by different businesses like Tally, SAP, Oracle, etc. There won't be need for further data entry by businesses, so the transcription errors will be eliminated. What is cardinality that is mentioned in the schema? The e-invoice schema has all the elements of a typical commercial invoice. It has various fields. Few of them are mandatory and many of them are optional. For each field in the schema, the cardinality is marked as 0.1 or 1.1 like that. This is to denote whether the field is mandatory or optional and whether the field is repeatable or non-repeatable. For example, those fields starting with 0, they are all optional fields. Those starting with 1, they are mandatory fields. Those ending with 1, the field can be entered only once. Those ending with n, the field can be repeated multiple times. For example, item details. In a typical invoice, there can be number of items, so that field can be repeated. Can the supplier place their entity logo on e-invoice? Yes, but the elements of invoice which are internal to business, such as company logo, etc., they are not part of e-invoice schema. Means they need not be reported to IRP. Once the invoice details are reported to IRP and once the signed JSON is received, further customization can be done by the businesses. That is, insertion of company logo, additional text, etc. What is the maximum number of line items which can be reported in a single invoice? The limit is kept at 1000 presently. It will be enhanced based on the requirement in future. Those taxpayers having the requirement to report more than 1000 line items, they may please contact at this email ID support.einv.api@gov.in so that necessary enablement can be made. In the schema, there is no provision to report details of supplies which are not covered under GST. For example, there is a hotel who wants to give a single invoice for a B2B supply where the supply includes food and beverages which are chargeable to GST and alcoholic beverages which are outside the purview of GST. It is suggested that for the items outside GST levy, a separate invoice may be given by those businesses. The field differential percentage of tax rate is not available in the schema, which was applicable on leasing of vehicles purchased and leased prior to July 1st, 2017. This notification has lapsed after the expiry of 3 years, so this is not relevant or applicable after 30th June 2020. In case of reporting credit note and debit note, is there any validation with respect to referred invoice number? As the law has already been amended on this count, no linkage with invoice is built while reporting credit notes or debit notes. In the invoice, apart from the line items, there are some charges which are chargeable to GST. How to mention them? Such other charges which are taxable, for example, freight, insurance, packing and forwarding charges, amortization charges, may be added as one more line item in the invoice. In the e-invoice schema, there is no separate field to mention TCS, that is, tax collected at source, collected by suppliers under Income Tax Act. The TCS component can be mentioned in other charges invoice level, because this doesn't form part of taxable value. Please note that INV01 schema is only to report specified invoice particulars to IRP. Once they are reported and once IRN is obtained from the portal, the business may add any other charges which are not relevant to GST while issuing the final invoice to the buyer. Is the digital signature of supplier mandatory while reporting invoice details to IRP? No. Digital signature need not be included while reporting invoice details to IRP. Thank you for watching the video.